Once all of your dumplings are in whatever cooking vessel, make sure to put the bag of dumplings away right away because you don't want these to start to defrost. That's why when people are like, should I thaw my dumplings before cooking them? We're like, no! Hey guys, it's Sarah from The Walks of Life. We all know that everybody loves frozen dumplings. They're convenient, they're tasty, you can get them at your regular Chinese grocery store. But for all the popularity of frozen dumplings, you'd be surprised at how many people still have questions about how to cook them. So in this video, we are going to address all of your questions. You will know exactly what to do. So we always have dumplings in the freezer. Today, we just happen to have a fresh batch. After they've frozen on a tray, you can put them into a Ziploc bag just like this. This is our preferred brand and flavor of store-bought. It's Wei Tran. This is the pork leek and shrimp dumpling, but they got lots of other flavors you can try. So let's get started on cooking our dumplings. We're gonna show you how to boil, steam, and pan fry all at the same time. If you wanted to check out our cookbook, the instructions for this are on page 85. We also have a blog post, how to cook dumplings. Link for the book and that blog post in the description box below. Most people love the pan fried dumplings because of course they are crispy. A steamed dumpling kind of maintains its chewiness the best of any of these methods, I would say. It's like a drier experience that's like more like eating al dente pasta. The benefit of the boiled dumpling is, I think, A, it retains moisture really well, obviously, so it's a really juicy dumpling. Number two, it has almost this like slippery texture. Number one, the most common question is, do I need to thaw the dumplings before I cook them? The answer to that is a definitive no. So you can just put them straight into the boiling water, the steamer, or the pan, frozen. Do not thaw your dumplings. That will definitely ruin them. It will cause the dough to become really delicate and kind of gummy and fragile. And once it hits a hot pan or hot water, they'll just break open and you're just gonna have a mess. So I'm using a bamboo steamer here in the wok. You have water coming up about 1 centimeter up around the edge. You don't want to let that dry out or the steamer will burn. And I have a bamboo mat in here so that they don't stick, but you could also use cabbage leaves. You could use parchment paper. Perforated parchment paper with little holes in it is preferred, but regular parchment paper is fine. Leave them a little bit of room to expand, about 3/4 of an inch apart. Cover them, and we're gonna steam them for 10 minutes. Question number two is whether there's any difference in how you cook the dumplings, whether they're fresh or frozen. The main difference is that basically you cook them a little longer. You just need an extra minute or two. You can use any cooking method that you like, exactly the same with a frozen dumpling as with a fresh one. Certain fillings lend themselves better to certain cooking methods. For pork and chive dumplings, I prefer pan fried. For like a beef dumpling, like a northern style dumpling, I would prefer boiling because boiling is what you see most often in the north. And maybe for like a vegetable dumpling or something, I think steamed might be the way to go. So the way that you know that there's enough steam being generated for your dumplings is that the water is at a constant simmer. If you have to add additional water, if that water starts to dry out after a few minutes, you want to make sure to add hot water. My goal is for all these dumplings to be done at about the same time, so let's move on. I think we're ready for the pan fried version. So this is a nonstick pan, which is definitely going to be your best bet. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of oil. You could also use a cast iron pan here, but nonstick is just a foolproof option. So I'm gonna add the dumplings. I'm not gonna cover the entire pan because I think that's too many dumplings since I'm making 3 batches. But basically, you just put the dumplings directly into the oil. Normally, I'd sort of go around like this to fit as many as possible.
You didn't want to break those up?
Nope, we may differ on this. I personally don't break them because there is a small risk that you're going to break a hole in them. All the juice from the dumplings is just gonna leak right out into your pan. You don't want that to happen. So for me, it's actually better to just leave them stuck. And then once they're cooked, you can kind of gently pry them apart.
But if you do want to break them apart, if they've been sitting on the counter for like a minute or two, they'll break apart more easily. And sometimes some dumplings just don't want to be separated, and those go back in the bag. And then you just try again with another couple of dumplings that are clumped together.
Sure. That's why the Walks of Life is our chorus of voices. We all have a different method. While we are waiting for those to brown a little bit, we will boil the batch here. Boiling is the easiest of the methods. If you keep the water moving, then the dumplings won't fall to the bottom and stick. We could try your breaking method. Let's see if we get lucky. Yes.
See?
Well, it was fine that time.
You can just break them apart in your hands. This is a big sisters versus little sisters. The little sisters live on the edge. It's like, hole in the dumpling, bring it on.
I just want it to be right. Once they are boiling, that's it. Just boil them for about 8 minutes. If the water starts to almost bubble over, just add a cup of cool water and it'll kind of cool it right down so that you don't overcook the wrapper while you're waiting for the filling to cook. The biggest risk with this method is that they stick to the bottom, and if they do, they will tear. So you just want to make sure to keep the water moving, particularly in the beginning stages of cooking, because that's when they're most going to want to like sink down. You watch for them to float up to the surface, and then after that, cook them for another minute or two and they'll be done. So we're back at the pan-fried dumplings. The next step is to add water and cover them so that they're actually steam frying. They're steaming and they're pan frying. So the rule of thumb is to add about 1/4 inch of water for a full pan of dumplings. I don't have a full pan of dumplings here, so I'm just gonna sort of eyeball the amount that I think is right. I can always add more later. They just need to steam, and you're going to wait until all of the water has evaporated. That should happen in about 7-ish minutes, and they should be done at that point. So my mom made these dumplings yesterday. They are all the same variety. They're actually a traditional northern Chinese style dumpling. They are fennel dumplings. Basically those fennel fronds that grow out of the bulb that you usually throw away. Northern Chinese folks love to use them in dumpling fillings. She just harvested a bunch of fennel from the garden. She made a big batch yesterday, and that is what these are. They have a very strong anisey flavor, but they are very tasty.
It's stuck a little bit. Oh, and that's opened.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you see guys, one of them stuck. We weren't vigilant enough and it ripped.
So you can't be too careful.
Don't take your eye off the ball, everyone. I'm going to take out the boiled dumplings. Just make sure to shake off some of the excess water. I really like steamed dumplings.
The appeal is definitely evident.
What the boiled dumpling has is that it's slippery. This has like a very like sort of chewy, a little drier texture. And then of course the pan fried is crispy. So it's been 6 minutes. The water is cooking off a little slow for my taste. So if you find that towards the end of the cooking time, you have a decent amount of water left in the pan, I would uncover them and just let the water cook off. Some of these are dry enough that I would be willing to take them out. So you can see their crispy bottoms. Everybody loves pan fried. Look at that crispy golden brown texture. Really strong fennel flavor, but they're good. If you're not a fan of fennel, this is why we have so many dumpling recipes. There's a dumpling recipe for everyone. I would say that for the fennel dumpling that I like the pan fried the best personally, just because it sort of modulates the like strong flavor of the fennel.
Or does it?
Yeah, that's interesting because the steamed one is almost sweeter. The flavor is more like sweet. It's interesting. Try boiled. If y'all are wondering what this dumpling sauce is, check out our dumpling sauce video. We'll link it in the description below. Like I said, the juiciest one. If you're going for crispy, go here. Juicy, go here. If you really want to taste the flavor of the dumpling and get a really nice texture on the wrapper, steamed. So if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've been trying to post a new video every week, and check out thewalksoflife.com for more recipes and articles and get answers to all your Chinese cooking questions. We just happened to have a fresh batch that my mom made yesterday.
Ugh.